What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes? Welcome back to another episode of your potentially favorite Nigerian podcast. Bear with me, your host, General Prime. Hope everybody's chilling, brazing through the brash winter. Hope everybody's also getting adjusted to this new year, because I don't know if I'm the only one that has been feeling it, but I've just felt like this year is going to be one hell of an interesting ass year, man. As in, there's so much, like, not so much like tragic events. I mean, we just had, like, in this past week, we just had like how many plane crashes in just 1 week? You understand? Like, it's just been odd. The one where the Philadelphia plane crash. It's like, you see footages of it, and yes, they're telling you that it's a plane crash, but what you're seeing doesn't look like it's a plane crash. You understand? It's like, that's not a plane crash. I don't know. I'm not trying to be conspiratory or anything like that, but that doesn't seem right to me, especially the Philadelphia one, and then the one that happened in Washington, where the Black Hawk collided with the airline. I know the narrative is that they told the pilots to divert and take another runway. Like, the pilot of the airline, he was told to divert to like another runway, like runway 33 or something like that, if I remember correctly. And so when he then decided to bank and then turn into the runway that he was asked to take, that was when, like, the helicopter kind of crashed into him, because helicopters are not allowed in that airspace. Helicopters are not allowed to fly over a certain altitude, so like they maintain their altitude. They're not allowed to fly over, like, let's say about 1,000, or not 1,000, like 2,000 feet. But airliners travel above 2,000 feet. That is the whole point. So they're just trying to like minimize and mitigate the problem, because airplanes are not, I don't know if anybody knows this, but airplanes are not like free flying birds that they can just like take any route. Believe it or not, there are literal airways, like expressways that these vehicles take. And so it's just like the normal road traffic here. Do you understand? Like, just forget that it's in the sky. There's usually a specific, as in, lane that they're supposed to take, both to minimize like efficiency, travel time, and also costs. Like, there's always the most mathematically precise lane that they're supposed to take. And so if there are like thousands of planes in the air at any point in time, like, that's why we have air traffic, basically. It's already in the name. That's exactly why we have air traffic. So they have to be traveling at different times and different altitudes and stuff like that. That is the whole point I'm trying to say. But so when this airline now is now like coming down towards an altitude where it's not supposed to be at that point in time, do you understand? Not like it's not, obviously it's going to have to come down eventually, right? And for you to come down, you have to like reach 2,000 feet and then below, and then you go down. So it's not like, but the helicopter, he was not supposed to take that route. Do you understand? He then went and took the route where, if he got to 2,000 feet, he will collide, mathematically speaking, he will collide with the helicopter that is passing at that point in time. I don't know if I get what I'm saying. So that is basically what happened. And that one, I can believe it, because it makes sense. Like, these pilots, like, let me tell you, helicopter pilots in general, whether helicopter or whether airline, whether jet fighter, so bro, they are very, very brilliant. They are very big, because me, I wanted to get into flight school. So, but for some reasons, like financial reasons, I couldn't like keep up. Do you understand? But for you to become an airline pilot, bro, you have to, there are things you have to know. You have to know north, you have to know south, you have to know east, west. Like, you have to know altitude, you have to know terrain, you have to know a lot of things for you to become just for you to get, just for you to pass the exam, for you to now start the training. This is what I'm trying. This is what I'm trying to make you understand. There's no bills. You understand? So airline training, as in pilot training, is like it's crazy. It's crazy. And when you see people achieving it, like that is something to achieve. That is like one of the things I've always wanted to do, to be a pilot. But fuck, it can't happen. As in, not that it can't happen. It hasn't happened yet. So. That forget that people are just clowning that she's a woman and stuff like that. No, like she earned that position for you to be a fucking Black Hawk pilot. Do you know what it means to pilot? Do you know how much Black Hawk is? First of all, do you know the kind of technology that is in that? Do you know why they call it the Black Hawk? The MH60. Do you know why they call it the Black Hawk? Jesus Christ. The Black Hawk is like, as in, you don't even know how, as in, what is the word to use now? How important that helicopter is, how iconic that helicopter is, how legendary the Black Hawk. The Black Hawk is a beast. The Black Hawk is bulletproof, shameful. Like the Black Hawk is a beast of a helicopter. It's like my favorite helicopter. Like I'm into airplanes. I'm into any sky shit. Like the Black Hawk is my literal favorite helicopter. What's my second favorite helicopter? I don't know. Let's not even go into all these ones. So, for you to be able to pilot that kind of vehicle, man, like you have to be more than qualified. So, there's no DEI shit in this one. Like, you know how in 1984, where when O'Brien was like kind of fucking with Winston, and when they were like having the conversation, and Winston asked him like, how can he believe that 2 + 2 is 5? Like it mathematically does not make sense. And then O'Brien was like, yes, to you people, we are making it not to be math. As in, we don't care if it's mathematically illogical that 2 + 2 is 5. We just want to do it because we can do it and subdue you and change the truth and change like your perception in life, and so we can be able to control you. But when we are building the bombs, when we are building the weapons, when we are building the when we're making the, as in like the buildings, like the Ministry of Truth building and all those like giant buildings that they have, like we have to be mathematically precise. Like we have to actually tell the truth. So that is the same thing with these people. Like they're not hiring pilots, as in they're not hiring pilots based on DEI, and if they are, they're suffering for it. Like if you see an airline company that is like catering to all this whole DEI ideology, and then they like fall for it because it's a scam. It's a scam to me that they want to use. This is scam. Like there are different level of scams. People understand. Like we deal with petty scams. Like our like the everyday average like human being deals with normal, usual, recognizable petty scams. Do you understand? But you have to understand that there are hierarchies, and businesses too also deal with scam. They cannot deal with this our nonsense kind of stupid ass scams that Yahoo Boy used to make money. They know, as in they are the ones that created it. Like they know that this is a scam and they cannot fall for it. But there are other higher scams also, like DEI, that they don't even know that it's a scam. You understand? That's why they're always falling for it. And when they now fall for it and see that they've lost a lot of money, and that money that they lost, forget however they as in they lost the money, however means they lost the money. Once they've lost that money, they'll now realize that they've fallen for a scam, and you see most of them changing. You understand? It's a scam. All this whole DI shit is a scam. But this pilot, I don't think they hired her based on that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know anyway. Let's just not think too much about it. I don't think they hired her based on that. But this still the same. The sad truth is that mistakes happen, and that was just an unfortunate event. That like, I mean, you imagine you being like just in the airplane. All of a sudden, everything just goes off. Just as in God. I mean, I know that everybody that flies always there's always this like, locking fear, like just in the back of your mind, always. Like, no, I'm like everybody, like there is nobody on earth, you understand, that flies every single time that does not have that fear. You might not even like think of it, or you might not even like give it I say you might be so much of a frequent flyer that you start to not even like, give it any hint of attention or notice, but it's always there. You understand? So I'm sure those people were just like, I'm sure everybody getting into that plane that day would have had that kind of feeling. You understand? Because human beings are the only animals that cannot fly, that can fly. You understand? We are apes. We were never ever made to fly. We just happen to have this virus called intellect that kind of like gave us this as an appetite to want to mimic gods and to want to mimic birds. Do you understand? So, and then this is the best means that we can. This is one of the, not even the best. This is one of the means that we can do it for a lot of people. For a lot of people, for actual, like, for good reasons, basically. So human beings are not meant to fly, and so whenever we are flying, it is biologically encoded in us to be scared. That's why it's a trail. That's why I see people go doing skydiving. There's this YouTube channel I watch. I cannot even remember the name. This guy that does not skydiving. Like, he jumps from mountains and then he glides, bro. And bro, that's one of the, like, anytime I'm watching that, anytime he releases a new video, and as I've been checking now, like, this guy has not released it. Anyways, like, that is one of like the most thrilling things to do for you to feel what it feels, as in for you to feel what it feels like to fly. You understand? That's why it's like, it's dangerous. You understand? But yet we still do it. And I'm sure they must have had that feeling today. I mean, that day. And it just happened. Like, just happening like that. So, that's sad. That's kind of like messed up. But the one that happened in Philadelphia, though, I don't believe that one. Okay, now look at this plane crash now, the plane crash and helicopter crash. They are fishing. It fell into the water. It fell into the river, and now they are able to recover it. Nice to show you that it's actually happened. There's live footage of it happening. In fact, the two guys that recorded it, they even arrested them. Can you even imagine? People are stupid. Anyways, so but then the one that happened in Philadelphia, bro. Where is the plane? Where is the carcass? Where is the store? Where is the destroyed plane? We're not seeing anything. We're not seeing anything. So what is going on in Philadelphia? Anyways, that's not about that. So these are like one of the the saddest things that have happened so far this year. You understand? But it doesn't take away from the fact that I just feel like this year is going to be a different year. Even my birthday was like, my birthday was like 6 days ago, right? I feel like this is the first birthday I've had ever in my adult life. My birthday was 5 days ago. And this is the first birthday I've had where I feel happy. You understand? Like, I've always been depressed. I've always hated my birthdays. Always hated my birthdays. Always, like, there is no birthday I have. I don't know, maybe from when I gained consciousness. Because like, I don't even know when I gained consciousness. I don't even know. So my first memory is kind of weird. So I don't even want to think about it. That's what I've seen. So anyways, but I've always hated my birthdays. But then this one is like the first one, honestly speaking, where I just feel, fuck it. I just feel like everything is going to be okay. You understand? Like, this year is just going to be different. I just feel it. I don't know, man. So, and we're beginning to see like hints of it. Like, Trump, obviously, he's in office now. He's the president, and like he's beginning to expose how fucked up the Biden administration was. Like, how much they ruined the country. You understand? Like, imagine all these people that they're now catching. I know most of them are, like, they say they're going to be arresting the violent ones first. Do you understand? And the fact they are going to arrest everybody that is an illegal, whether you're violent or not. That's what they've been doing. And now these are people that, I don't know, maybe they came here. Okay, now let's take for example the ones that are not violent. These are people that came here like looking for work, like looking for a better life, to the point where like now we are seeing that the whole construction business is kind of like is dying in America. In fact, it's dead. Nobody's coming to work again. Like, I don't understand. These are Americans that are above construction or what? I don't understand, man. So they just gave their entire construction like business to the Mexicans, or to the, as in to people from like I don't understand the Mexicans obviously. They just like give it to them. Wow. Americans. And people are saying that there is no job in America. So now, what is going to happen to the construction industry? Like, what is now going to happen? Like workers are not coming to work. So what is now going to happen? Will Americans, like I'm seeing videos of black people saying that they should apply for the construction jobs. Well, I'm sure there are black people that work in construction jobs and they'll tell you how it is. Because we Africans here in Cyprus, like, is what we do to survive. Like, there's no other meaningful work that you can do. You have to be a construction worker. So, and there are different. It varies actually. Being a construction worker varies, but I don't want to go into details. So, I'm sure there are people in my work. Let me not even like ridicule the idea. It might work. There's no doubt about it. So, but it's just kind of sad that Americans just like gave over that whole industry to the Mexicans. Do you understand? Yeah, like it's kind of weird. And now all those people are being affected. Because they are illegal in the country. This is how, like, but to think of it though, like if you're working a construction job in America, you must have to have a license, right? So it doesn't make sense that, because the people working construction have to have been there for a long time for them to even be called back for any contracts. Like if you do construction, you understand what I'm saying. And so it doesn't make sense that these people, maybe they're doing it in protest. Maybe they're deciding not to go to work in protest. But even them are supposed to understand, are supposed to know that being illegal in the country is not, as in, this whole thing does not make sense. If you think too deep into it, it starts to not make sense to you. Like, what is even going on? Is this one another distraction? What? Why are people not going to work? Doesn't make any sense at all. The deportation is only for people that, so far, I've not even the truth again is that I've not even seen them deporting the Africans. Maybe I've seen. I don't know if I'm remembering wrong or remembering incorrectly. But they are deporting people. That's all I can say. They are deporting a whole bunch of people, and some countries are even kind of like revolting. But eventually, they are when Trump when Trump is like Trump is like Oprah. Everybody is getting tariffs. Everybody is getting tariffs. If you don't see what he's saying is that what he's trying to do is that if you don't want to fall in line, we can make it ourselves. And when we make it ourselves, you know how this thing is like. Like the whole world wants to buy American made. When last did you see something made in America? It's a weird thing to even say stuff like. You can say made in China, like made in China is a normal thing to say. Made in China. But then if you say made in America, it doesn't sound right. Do you understand? Even when you're listening to podcasts and then you hear people say that they do ads and they say the ads is made in America, it's like they're trying to sell you. You cannot sell made in China. Like everybody, like everything you have is made in China. Everything you literally have is made in China. Like you cannot escape it. Do you understand? You cannot try to sell made in China. Like it's every fucking way. But they're selling, like You're not supposed to sell made in America. Like, it's supposed to be a staple. It's supposed to be the standard. It's supposed to be the norm. Do you understand? And it used to be in the past. It used to be in the past. Like, as in, everybody wanted to, every country was striving to be like America. Like, have you ever heard of the Ghanaian dream? Have you ever heard of, like, I don't know, fucking the Spanish dream? Have you ever heard of the Portuguese dream? But you've heard of the American dream. Like, even the fucking Taliban, everybody just, America is the place. Like, bro, what are you doing with your country? Like, how can you be so fucking blessed like this? And you now, you're just deliberately trying to fuck it up. The greatest empire that the world has ever known. This empire, bro. Now, this empire is more than the Egyptian empire. For any other, like, all the whole Anunnaki, all the whole, like, what they even call it again, Seth? The Younger Dryas impact theory of, like, people that existed more than 12,000 years ago. Like, all of those things, all of those supposed technology that they claim to have had, and all of the and then lost and stuff like that. None of it has come close to the American empire. Just, if you stop deceiving yourselves. None of them have come close to the American empire, but the American empire now is crumbling. Do you understand? The American empire now is crumbling, and to the best of my knowledge, or to the best of my observation, I feel like Donald Trump is, like, trying to, like, save it. Do you understand? And then there are still people that are still trying to sabotage him. Like, I don't understand, man. Why? Sometimes I ask this question. In fact, let me even talk about it. I've been trying to postpone myself talking about this stuff for a very long time. And anytime I think of it, although I have, like, thought properly about it, but anytime I think of it, I don't want to, like, make it an episode, but let's just talk about it, bro. Like, sometimes I always ask myself, like, what does it even mean to be human? Do you understand? Like, I always ask myself that question, like, why is that even a question? Do you understand? Because, or should I, like, whenever somebody does something, you say he's just being human, or this is humanity, or, like, they say when somebody says he's being inhumane, like, whenever somebody uses the word human, it's like, why are you trying to use the word human? I am human. Of course, like, why are you what why are you telling me that you're human? What are you hiding? Just like, why are we trying to understand what it means to be human? Is it that we are kind of beings that we are playing a part of beings that used to be called humans? Like, you know what I think? I feel like we are kind of in hell, right? And then we are trying to play roles. Do you understand? We're trying to play roles, not in hell. I just feel like we are beings, actually, like, that are trying to play a role of other beings that used to be called humans, and so they have to, like, try to act like them for some reason. Do you understand? Because, like, for example, now, when you see a lion, like, or when you see, like, they are always they act on instinct. When you see all these, like, wild animals, when you see animals in general, it's like they act on instinct. Do you understand? Like, like, a lion is going to be a lion. A lion is going to be a lion. Like, a lion is going to do what a lion does. There is no apology to it. There is no, like, mimicking to it. Like, a lion is going to be a lion. Do you understand? But then when it comes to humans, we always have masks. Do you understand? We always have a lot of fucking masks that we lay on ourselves. And so we always have to use those masks to navigate life. Like, these masks are kind of like weapons. I don't like that's why I said initially, like, that we're in hell, but because It's like, what are we like trying to hide from by using all these masks to like mask ourselves, mask our environment, you understand, mask our ability to be seen. Like, what are we now trying to like hide from? So these masks are actually what's like the real humans. I don't know, maybe something must have happened to the real humans in the past, and so that kind of civilization wiped out. And so now these souls now are maybe these souls might be the souls of the real humans that like kind of like got wiped out. And so they're trying to like gather all these masks to be able to complete themselves, to be able to complete themselves and then get formed and then get realized into a real human being. You understand? Like kind of like get reborn into a new human being. You understand? Maybe that might be what, as in what we understand as death as to be. You understand? So, but this is what is happening, and so like we tend to be all like we gather all these masks. You understand? We gather all of these masks and then we wear them, but then wearing them now, when we now come in contact with each other, it's like it's now making us, as in where it now feels as if we're fighting ourselves. Like, yes, having all these masks, do you understand? Having all these masks is okay by yourself. But when you now come in contact with another person and you're now kind of like interacting with the person, it starts to like, it's, you know, when you put two, as in opposites of a magnet together and then they're like kind of like, everybody has done it before now, like they're kind of like pushing against each other. They don't want to attract. So it kind of feels that way. Like it becomes redundant. Let me even read, as in like I wrote all of these down, but I'm not kind of articulating it as properly as I did when I wrote it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like read it. As in, I started by saying, I don't know, I just randomly started, the opposite of instinct is consciousness. You understand? Like, for example, now what I was trying to say, what I'm trying to say is that for example, like a lion acts on instinct, like I said earlier. Like there's down here I wrote it's like we don't know what it is to be human, and then we spend our lives trying to figure it out. As in, how is it possible that humans can be angry with themselves? Like, what I mean by the opposite of consciousness, or the opposite of instinct is consciousness. Like I said, how is it possible that humans can get angry with themselves? Like, can tigers get angry with themselves? Can sheep even get angry with themselves? Like, we do things that we cringe hard at when we look back at them. You understand? Attributes that come with being human that we must adhere to be valid. So, as in, what I'm trying to say here is that, like, as in, we feel out of place. Like we feel like we're an anomaly in this world. And so, but because if you look at everything in this world, everything goes like there's harmony, regardless of how chaotic it might seem, or regardless of how, as in, detrimental it might be. In the grand scheme of things, you understand, there is perfect harmony. Everything happens literally for a reason in this world. Like, everything is that much in harmony. But then when you now place humans in it, it feels like we are this kind of anomaly that we are trying to learn how to adjust to the rest of everything. But then we keep fucking it up and getting it wrong all the time. And so that's what we're trying to do. But then at the same time, we're trying to figure out how to behave like, as in how to behave like the beings that used to be here before, that lived in perfect harmony with everything else. Like, we're trying to play a role, we're trying to like play a part. I don't know if anybody gets it the way I'm saying it, or understand it the way I'm saying it. Like, we're trying to play a part, we're trying to like play a role, and we're fucking it up. Do you understand? Because everything else works instinctually, but then also we have to like second guess. We have to like kind of like lie. We have to like kind of like try to like play a trick. We have to kind of try to play a role to get what we want, or to like hide from whatever it is that we're trying to hide from. The reason why we're wearing all these masks. So I don't know. It was just like an interesting idea or concept that I was just thinking about might not make any sense to anybody. Might do, I don't know. If it did, maybe leave me a comment below and tell me what you think about it, or if I'm just being, retarded or something like that. So yeah, that's that about that, man. I just feel like this whole year is going to be one hell of an interesting ass year. It started on a very strong note. Like there is so much that has been happening right now that we cannot even keep up. I'm telling you, man, we cannot keep up at all. I mean, we just watched the Grammys. I didn't watch the Grammys anyway, but obviously you cannot escape clips from it. Like, we just watched the Grammys and Kendrick Lamar kind of like bagged 5 Grammys. 5 fucking Grammys, man. For a song, he won like rap music of the year for like Not Like Us, obviously. And this is the first time that, obviously, everybody's saying that this is the first time that a diss song is winning a Grammy in history. Man, as in, I'm just proud of, I'm just happy of the final takedown of Drake. Like, this is, I've said this before, man. The only way that Drake can come back from this, Drake is now like I don't know. Drake is turning into, no, let me not say that. That's too mean. That's too mean to say. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say. But Drake is not like as in a side B character. Do you understand? He's not like a side B character. Like, he's no longer as relevant as in he's dwindling. That is basically what I'm saying. Like, everything that is happening is like, imagine when they say your world is crumbling. This is what they mean by when they say like his world is crumbling. Like, your literal world is falling apart. Oh, good. But this is funny, yeah. This is, it's actually kind of funny if you think about it, because this guy is going to be like a literal existential crisis. Oh. He's like, how are you feeling this bad? Oh. As in, how are you feeling this bad? Everything around this guy is just failing. Everything. He's just failing. Like, all his men are just like, okay, now look at DJ Academics now. He's now obvious, like, he's also a pedophile. Like, could it be worse? Oh, he's like, bro, let me tell you something there. This is not real life. This is not real life. It's not real. Like, listen, man. If somebody is telling you the story of the things that's happening in this world, you will not be, as in, if, like, let me tell you something. In the past, like, we had this trust system in the past because of our limitation to be able to, like, share information. You understand? But today we don't have that limitation. Like, news can spread like wildfire. But in the past, we used to rely on letters, and letters took days. Even in the past, before then, we used to rely on like couriers and fucking pigeons. Bro, we have to teach pigeons how to like transport letters. And forget all these things that you see in Game of Thrones. It did not. It did not work as well as they showed it on Game of Thrones. It did not work. So there's so much that we had to learn. See, let me tell people something. Information is the key, as in, when it comes to like value. Yes, when it comes to data, when it comes to value. Data is the most priceless thing ever. Forget gold, forget dollars, forget cars, forget wealth, forget land. like data, like to know something, to have sense in this life is like the most priceless thing ever. So that's why we have always been looking for ways to invent and reinvent it. They had to like come up with like using pitch. That shit, if it worked, why we lost this to it? Like we had to come up like writing has lasted for generation. Like it has lasted because it has always worked. If it not work, we would have like gotten rid of it. Do you know how complicated writing is? Like look at if you look at like all these Chinese handwriting, you don't know shit. You don't know, like you're looking at something, but you don't know what you're looking at. Like, what is this? This is literally an alien. What are you writing? You understand? If you look at like the Arabic kind of writing, like their own is just like, everything is just like a J. Like, what are people doing? What are people writing? Like, what is this? But then yet, and also if you look at like the Russian language, sometimes the Russian language is like a drunk kind of alien writing. Like sometimes you see fucking letters that you recognize, but then you see letters that you think you recognize, but you don't recognize them. You're like, what is this kind of B? What kind of B is this? It's like the B is bowing. So then the English lexicon is the one that you happen to be able to just know how to fucking understand and see clearly and recognize, because it's been ingrained in you to like recognize it from birth. So information has always been like writing has like lasted for a long time because it's very, very important. Do you understand? And so but the takeaway there is that information has always been what we've been farming for a very long time. So in the past, whenever like somebody came and gave you like an information, you have to have had like a very high trust in that person. Either maybe it's because maybe we were very naive back then, so we're just so dumb, and so we just believed anything that we were being told. Do you understand? Like it's still happening today, anyways, but in more sophisticated ways. But back then, like you just had to like trust whatever anybody was saying, and so if they were telling you anything, as in you just took it for what it was. People like for example now, if you're like let's use Red Dead Redemption as an example. When you're playing the game and you know like you're doing a mission where you have to like deliver a message to somebody, and then you're telling them like by word of mouth. As in sometimes when I'm playing that game, I'm like, really? You really believe? As in, how do people even, as in, I always ask myself, like, how do you just, back then, like, how did they just, like, it can only be just based on trust, because it couldn't have been any other way. Trust and naivety. Like, it couldn't have been any other way to just, like, believe whatever anybody was saying. But you see this DJ Academic School, like, if they were telling you back then, and you were just listening, in fact, if they were telling you about modern day civilization right now, the things that are going on in this life right now, you will not believe it. You just can't, because like it does not make sense. It does not make any sense. So just as in, it's like, this is, bro, it does not make any sense. That's what I'm saying. Like all these things that are happening, they're just there to, I feel like they're just there to just, as in just part of the spice, it's just part of the vibe of the whole thing. They're not relevant. They're just there to distract. Do you understand? Because they're just there to make an interesting show out of it. Because this is not real life. It does not make any sense that after all of these things now, like the one person that has been kind of on his side and has kind of like defending him and talking for him and being his mouthpiece. Pause. Like now happens to be a pedophile. Like it does just not make any sense. It's weird, man. It's kind of crazy because now this guy is taking L's everywhere. Everywhere he's taking L's. Everywhere he's taking L's. There's this new video of him where he was coming out. He was wearing like a bullet addled hoodie. and then smoke was coming out. He just cringe. He's just cringe. Drake is just cringe. Bro, what are you doing? Bro, Bro, what are you doing? Bro, Drake, what are you doing? This is cringe. What are you doing, bro? Why you dressed like that? Like, what's if somebody was actually if somebody was to ask you, bro, what does this symbolize? And what do you not see? If somebody was to ask you, like, the way you're dressing now, like your bullet holes and your hoodie and smoke is coming out of it. I don't know. Like, they had to like inch. Oh, they had to engineer. They had to engineer the fucking smoke into the hoodie so that like it will bro, Drake. Bro, Drake is weird. Oh, Drake is weird. Nah, man. Fuck this guy. He's stupid. Drake, what's going on with you? The whole world was vibing to that song. The whole world, bro. The whole world was vibing to it. And then I put it. God. Man. This life is not real. This is not real life. I swear, this cannot be real. Bro, Beyonce was dancing to it. Even bro, everybody was. This. Bro, you know how this is? You know how they say, don't read the comments. You cannot hide from this. Drake cannot hide from this. God damn. Drake cannot hide from this, bro. He cannot hide from this. It's everywhere. But wait, there's more. This guy is still going to perform at Super Bowl. You know how in Spider-Man No Way Home, right? They have like Nexus events of things that are iconic that have to make a Spider-Man a Spider-Man. Do you understand? God. This is madness. So this is good. Like, there's nothing that can top this. I don't understand how this guy will come back from this. He's doing his tours, obviously. I mean, there's still going to be people that still fuck with him, but I don't know. Eventually, it might be really Drake. Like, Drake is going to fade into the Soulja Boy obscurity kind of realm. You understand? Soulja Boy is going to have a partner now. That as in, Drake. This is what happens if you lie. This is what happens when you wear masks. When you're not genuine with yourself. This is what happens. If you try to pretend, like all these like souls that are like wearing all these masks, trying to pretend, trying to like be who they are not, trying to like act, as in just fake it. As in they're just being fake. They're just lying. Because wearing masks is like you're disguising, you're lying. You understand? You're covering up. So this is what happens to people that wear masks. And like this is like a very big giant lesson. Because why do you lie? What is the worst thing that can happen to you if you tell the truth? Like highest they'll kill you. Like bro, as in Socrates, you know how he died? They gave him poison to drink and it was like cool. as in they gave him poison to drink. And he said he did not give a fuck. And he drank the poison and he died. He knew that he knew it was poison and they gave him to drink and he drank it and he died. Because he's telling you the truth. What are you going to do? Kill me. But today, Socrates is still the number one. Like there is no philosopher. Like all the whole other philosophers, like all real philosophers, he's like the Jesus of like philosophy. Like he's the great thinker, and the greatest thinker of them all is the one that told the truth. Thank God. Hi! Thank God that the greatest philosopher on earth that ever lived is the one that told the truth. So what is the point of you lying? Like what will it get? Okay, now look at Kendrick Lamar now. Like I've said 1,000 times, Kendrick Lamar is proof that you can walk with the devil and not be infected by the devil. You understand? Like, so he's working for the industry. He's a part of the industry. And you're telling me that he didn't have to be like little Nas X. You're telling me that he didn't have to be like Sam Smith. You're telling me that he didn't have to be like all these other all these other rappers that they preach. Okay, now look at Rick Ross now. Look at how influential he is. Yet, nothing. No major, like, he's not as recognized. Like, there's nothing there. Rick Ross is just like this rich guy that raps. There's like no awards, no recognition, nothing significant that he has done. He tries to be significant. Like he tries to be part of the big league. He does not want to, like, he's trying his best not to be, associated with all this whole low life kind of ideology of drug and, but yet it does not still work. You understand? Because he's the industry plant. He's a very idea of it. So by that very definition, you cannot win anything. Like there is no significance that you can bring to the table. But then if you tell the truth, just tell the truth. Just be like Kendrick Lamar. Like just be like yourself. You don't have to fake it. You don't have to fake being a gangster. You don't have to fake being a prostitute. You don't have to fake being a like drug dealer. You don't have to fake being gay self. In fact, you don't even have to fake being gay. You don't have to fake being trans. Just be yourself. Look at the only Sam Smith song I like is "Stay With Me." Like that is his only song I know, because it was genuine. It was genuine. Like, why can't people just be genuine? Just tell the truth. How hard is it, bro? This is why I say that we're not humans, because the humans that used to exist before, maybe it was the truth that even killed them. Like, it doesn't matter. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Like, how difficult is it to tell the truth? Just to be true to yourself. Doesn't make any sense. So, good luck to Drake. I wonder how he's going to come back from this. I hope he does not, because he's been annoying. Get out. Your chapter has ended. Your time has ended. Fade into obscurity. I don't know. Does that mean? That's all I can say for today. Sorry about the cough. That was like kind of yuck. Thank you guys for listening. If you listen to this points, let me know by leaving a comment. Don't forget to like rate the podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. I don't know how to say all of that stuff, but yeah, you get me, man. And also, I don't know, I'm guessing kind of like a little bit, I don't know, not just follow me on Twitter, man, at General Prime 1. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye everybody.